No, that was a bad joke. Don't let me say that ever again. Don't let me say the booktube ever again. Hello, my name is Landis and welcome back to my channel, kind of. It's been at least 3 months since I made a video because ADHD really is like that sometimes, but I wanted to come back and do the traditional booktube rite of passage, which is the Booktube Newbie Tag. You might know me from Bookstagram. My username there is Manic Femme. That's my username here, technically, but I don't have enough followers to get a custom URL yet, so here we are. Here's an attempt. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. Also, I have no idea where to look into the camera. Anyway, first question on the Booktube Newbie Tag. Why did you start this channel? Honestly, it seemed fun, and I'm a lot better at talking than I am at writing. I do a lot of Instagram like story stuff, and when it comes to reviews that I have to actually write, I kind of dread them because I feel it's hard to put my emotions into words like that, but speaking out loud, I am a lot better at talking. This is a mess. Point is, I prefer talking to writing and I'm better at it, hence Booktube, where I can do video reviews instead of trying and failing to write them. Question 2, what are some fun and unique things you think you can bring to Booktube? Is there really a lot of like unique new things to bring to Booktube that haven't been done? I know I'm like years late to the party. I guess the most unique thing is I am an autistic lesbian. I primarily read queer books. Actually, primarily I read sapphic books, but I'm open to other queer books. And I also read a lot of like lesfic, which is, to me, lesfic is like from independent publishers and indie authors, like small FF romance. And so I think what I can bring is some lesser known badass queer and sapphic book recs to the Booktube. No, that was a bad joke. Don't let me say that ever again. Don't let me say the Booktube ever again. Question 3, what are you most excited about for this new channel? I think that, like, introducing people to the books. You know when you're like one of 3 people in a fandom and you just wish that you could talk to everyone about the thing, but no one knows what you're talking about? This is my attempt to build my own fandoms. On that note, go read Compass Rose by Anna Burke right now and report back. Thanks. Bye. Bye. Don't actually leave. Question 4, why do you love reading? I did not expect this tab to be so deep. Like, I thought it was gonna be like, what's your favorite book? What's your least favorite book? Why are you... No, they want to get deep. I don't know. I love escaping and learning and sometimes having my heart broken into a million little pieces by something that's just like beautifully written. I don't know, I just love the experience of it. I love the stories. I love that it's better than real life. Though I read a lot of books where like that world is worse than real life. Yes, even in 2020. I read a lot of like dark and depressing books, but a lot of happy ones too. I'm gonna go cliche and be like the people who are like, the cheapest way to take a vacation is through a book. And like, especially this year, that has been the case. What book or series got you into reading? I got into reading for the first time in like first grade. Gosh, I think the book was actually, the books that I can remember from when I was a kid that like really made me love reading were like Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli and Walk Two Moons by Sharon Creech. I was really into Anne of Green Gables for a bit there, but I kind of got in like an 8-year reading slump after I graduated high school because I stopped taking ADHD meds for like various reasons, and I thought I'd just grown out of reading. Turns out no, my brain could not fucking focus to read. So I'm gonna go with what books got me back into reading, which in 2018, where I grabbed them here, The Lily and the Crown by Rosalind Sinclair. This originally started out as Miranda and Andy fanfiction in a sci-fi AU, like Miranda and Andy from The Devil Wears Prada. Telenu is Rosalind Sinclair's fan fiction username. So someone told me Telenu wrote a book, and I was like, what? Because I used to think the only place I could find like lesbians and sapphics, unless I wanted to read like cheesy romances, which this kind of is, just with a sci-fi setting, but I thought it was only in fan fiction. So this was the book that in 2018 kind of convinced me to cross over, and then I read some more books that started as fan fiction, and then in 2019 I read Thorn by Anna Burke, which is an FF Beauty and the Beast retelling that kind of got me back into like fantasy. And then immediately after that, I read The Sting of Victory by S.T. Semper, which is a dark fantasy romance that is on Kindle Unlimited, and it just kind of took off from there. But I read a lot of lesfic in 2019, but didn't really branch into more mainstream stuff again until this year. But anyway, I think that's like a question that we'll get to later. What questions would you ask your favorite booktuber? I don't know. I'll say that my favorite booktubers currently are like Read with Cindy, because duh, and then like Sappho's Library, Boston's Books, Books and Bowties, and then a special shout out to one of my best friends, Gabby, who is Life by Gabby 1510, who I know has shot a Booktube Newbie video and just needs to upload it. Anyway, what challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Honestly, the time investment. My ADHD, man, like, you again see it's been 3 months since my last video. That's because that video took me 12 hours to shoot, edit, and caption because I had no idea what I was doing. Now I've taken a video editing course, so I'm a little more familiar with Premiere, and it hopefully won't take as long, but it's still gonna take longer to like shoot, edit, caption a video than to take a picture and write a caption on Bookstagram, which is what I'm used to. So ADHD means the time investment. When did you start reading? I kind of already told that story, in first grade, all the way through high school, ADHD meds, blah, blah, blah. Where do you read? Well, it's 2020, so mostly at home. I guess if I were to get specific, I usually read in bed or when I can snag my grandma's recliner when she's not using it. It's really comfy and it's like the perfect height where you can set a cup of tea, and so I like to take that over when I can. I also listen to a lot of audiobooks while I do like graphic design homework because I'm a marketing and graphic design student, or when I'm doing drawings for my art classes that are required. So then I read at my desk for audiobooks. And then, what kind of books do you like to read? Quite honestly, I will give almost any book a chance if it has sapphic characters. I will also give most queer books a chance, but my favorite genres end up being sci-fi and fantasy. I love queer norm universes, neurodiverse rep, generally diverse books, but like really, what kind of books do I like? Sapphic books. Yeah. So that is all the questions. I am going to refrain from rambling and put other stuff into another video so that this one isn't 30 minutes and maybe people actually get all the way through it. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you subscribe, I promise I'm gonna try and do this more often. If you wanna find me elsewhere, I am ManicFemme on Instagram, and I will leave the rest of my socials in the box below. So yeah, thanks and hello.
That we could turn back the page and live like our favorite fairy tale.